Today on The Social. The stars were turning heads at this weekend's Academy Museum Gala. We dig into our standout looks of the night. And Canadians joined millions of Americans in the No Kings protests against the Trump administration on Saturday. Many leaned into humor as a tactic. But is this an effective strategy? Then, this fall, the coat is the outfit. From timeless staples to fresh takes, discover the latest trends in outerwear from stylist Erica Ward. Plus, acting good star comedian Paul Rabliauskas is here to celebrate the new season and tell us what he learned about fatherhood from his character. It all starts now on The Social.
Surprised any of y'all that were up so late have any energy because we're starting off the show with a Let's Go Blue Jays. The Game 7 matchup between the Blue Jays and the Mariners, it actually goes down tonight. Get that nap in, disco nap they call it. Get the disco nap in. Game goes tonight at 8 o'clock, and hopefully we'll be here tomorrow saying... Go Jays, go. All right, everybody. Well, the 2025 Academy Museum Gala went down last night in LA, and we saw some of the biggest names in film, television, and music hit the red carpet. Names like Viola Davis, Iowa Debris, Olivia Rodrigo, just some of the stars that were there to celebrate and to fundraise. So we're going to talk fashion. And Cynthia, whose look stood out to you?
I chose Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, I love this.
This is gonna get ready for this. This is a Saint Laurent gown, and it's multiple shades of brown. I would say there's a chocolate, there's sort of a butterscotch, there's a toffee. The front of it was kind of more of almost yellow tones.
Yeah.
This was a very divisive dress. Not everyone liked it, but I don't think you can deny the fact that this woman is owning it. There's this backless element, right? Like let's give her a dog.
And the little bob.
Backless dress, and she's showing off her new tattoos. People online were comparing it to sort of an Angelina Jolie moment, who also was on a red carpet doing the same thing. I love it. Show off your work. The only thing I will say is it felt like you could almost hear this dress. Like, can you just imagine the sort of sound that it might make as she was walking down? Regardless, I feel like she owned like sort of old Hollywood and kind of like a Renaissance painting together.
Beautiful. I love it.
And again, that haircut was a perfect end to it. All right, so my choice is a woman who every once in a while she steps out of her house to remind us that she is a red carpet icon. I'm talking about Demi Moore. Demi Moore showed up in this burgundy Prada satin gown with this asymmetrical train on the side with the jewels. Her hairdresser said he was going for a Studio 54 sexiness so that it would be a little less conservative. And I just feel like she nails it every single time with the style, the cut, and most importantly, the color. So for me, as soon as I saw her, I go, oh, there she is. That's my choice. But every once in a while, Brad Goreski, who's a Canadian, who's our stylist, always knocks it out of the park.
Yeah,
very nice.
That's a great moment there.
Hey, I don't know what you're going to think about my choice, but I'm just going to put it out there. Remember, it's who's your standout look. I went with Elle Fanning, beautiful actress, talented actress. So not the same. God, no, you don't like it.
I loved it.
Front row said, oh
no.
I love it.
I knew it, but But do you know what? Like, the assignment was, for us at least, like, who was your standout look? And I truly do believe this silhouette stood out on that red carpet amongst the sea of, you know, cinched waists and a lot of skin being exposed. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's Balenciaga, straight off the spring runway, so in style. She's got some Cartier jewelry. You're not mad at that, I hope.
Yeah.
Look at that cute haircut.
Color combination too. I just actually love, and then it's like kind of fluffy, muppety. It's fun. She
It's
looks
like the car wash. Remember the car wash?
Yes.
It's car wash on the bottom.
But then tuxedo tails at the back. You're not wrong.
It's a little car washy, but fashion.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your
wow.
support.
I heard her limo was spotless when she pulled up. My choice, she was the only celebrity that actually decided to show up on the red carpet and not show her face. I'm talking about Kim Kardashian, ladies and gentlemen. Literally. Literally not showing her face. So the question online is this costume or is this commentary? Is she telling us, I'm so famous, you don't even need to see my face to know who I am?
Wow.
Or is this just pure ridiculousness? So,
Ridiculousness, you say?
This is
so painful.
It looks so painful. This is by Maison Margiela, and she actually said that this was a last-minute decision. She had her full hair and makeup done. I know you would think, but she had her full hair and makeup team. She had her full hair and makeup done. This was a last-minute ad.
Did Kanye get involved?
Wait,
This
no.
sounds like a Kanye
Well, it's
idea,
funny that you bring
right?
that up.
Yeah.
It's not the first time she's covered her face. She did this at the 2021 Met Gala when she wore actually Balenciaga.
Yeah.
And she did the red carpet. She was wearing all black and she had herself fully covered as well, face fully covered. And listen, a lot of people are making commentary. Things like, at least she has done us all a favor and covered up her face this time.
No, that's me.
That's not nice.
Okay, then somebody else
mean.
said, can't see her face, but still serving face. That's interesting. A whole outfit that makes you look like you're in agony. And finally, great call. Let's suffocate our daughters more. So it was very mixed.
You know what? This is also something that we do in fashion. You know when you have your hair and makeup done, but you need to put your dress on? So you put a scarf over your head so that you can get it on. I'm thinking she just put the scarf and she was like, you know what?
I look
Let's
good.
keep it. Let's do it.
Yeah, this is a
choice.
moment.
It was a choice.
All right. Who knows?
Saying, I've done that.
Okay, we're gonna stick with fashion because Alexander Skarsgård wore a backless halter neck to the BFI London Film Festival red carpet to promote his movie Pillion, where he plays the leader of a biker gang with a taste for BDSM. So, what do we think of this look?
Mel, do you love it?
Here's the thing. It's not my cup of tea. However, like if Ryan walked out in this, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, that's so hot, let me rip your clothes off. But I appreciate that Alexander Skarsgård, who is a more conventionally masculine guy with muscles, is pulling this off. Because we see Timothy Chalamet, who does this all the time, plays with androgyny and gender. And I think the reason why he gets away with it is because he's very slightly. He's like wafy, he's skinny, he's more androgynous, he gets away with it. I think this is a big statement for a lot of men to be like, I can be a manly man and pull off a backless halter neck. I wish that he'd do this more. Although, and I'd be curious to hear what you have to say about this, I think he's telling us that secretly, not so secretly, he's a kinky guy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He's advertising the movie.
I think he's advertising the
he's not.
No, but he is kind of. Like, he's
Okay, then explain. I want to show you two other looks.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and
we're doing
you know,
deep
two
dive.
other. I don't know which one we're gonna throw. We have one more, and again, I don't know what the movie was that he was actually promoting, but you know, this was another look that he did.
Well, that's not a kinky look. That's
No, but he's saying something.
are
Look at
short.
his
He's
quads.
definitely
Anyway.
veering into fetish territory. Anyway, what you?
Well, I just think that the look spreads joy. It reminded me of, do you remember that old SNL Chippendales sketch with Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze?
Yeah, with
it's
the
giving me
bow
that
tie
vibe.
and
yes, and they're
yeah.
stripping. It just there's nothing to be mad about. Like, how can anyone be upset by this?
I think I'm the only one here who's a little underwhelmed, and I know why. I grew up in a time where people like Prince, George Clinton, and Rick James regularly wore things where butt cheeks were out, lace, all kinds of craziness. So when I see a man who's just wearing a shirt, a backless shirt and tie, which let's be real, if Alex puts on a blazer, it's a regular outfit.
Yeah.
I'm kind of underwhelmed. I'm like, this is all you can do. This is your stylist trying to get people to talk, and we are talking about it, but I'm like, honey, dig a little bit deeper, get the shorts a little bit shorter, do a little crop.
Oh, you want more?
This is nothing. This is so safe. It's so safe. Or maybe I'm telling about myself. Okay, never mind.
Let's take a break, everybody, and then why so many protesters wore things like silly costumes to the No Kings rallies that were held right across America and some here in Canada against the Trump administration. We'll discuss humor and protest in 3 minutes.
Tomorrow on The Social, the Traitors Canada host Karine Vanasse joins us with a sneak peek at the upcoming season of the ultimate murder mystery game. This week on The Social, best-selling biographer Paul Myers shares stories about the late John Candy, one of comedy's most beloved and enduring stars.
Okay, so if you're not live with us in studio, but you want to chime in on our conversations, that's what social media is for. So get us on all of our channels and let us hear what you have to say.
All right, so let's dive into this next one. After the No Kings protest this weekend, are you wondering why anyone would dress up like a chicken to protest fascism? Millions hit the streets and cities across America and the world on Saturday, many in silly inflatable costumes. According to the New York Times, this is called tactical frivolity. It's a way to undercut the accusation from Republicans that these protests were violent, hate-filled rallies. So, do you think using humor is an effective strategy, or does it diminish the message?
Interesting.
Big question.
Right?
Tough, huh?
Right?
People
Big
aren't
question.
sure. I mean, I do think it's clever. Like, here's the thing, that Trump and his team, they're all claiming that these were hate protests. These were, like, I Hate America protests. They were claiming that there were Antifa people, Hamas. Like, they were accusing all kinds of things about this. And then when you look at the footage and you're like, wait a minute. There's like a stuffy of a, you know, a frog or whatever. Like how, and there's a kind of air of frivolity and air of like goofiness. Like they clearly are not people who are dangerous.
Yeah.
So I think that really is an important thing, that it's a temperature check almost of like what was happening there. And when there's an article, I know, there was an article in the New York Times, and they said frivolity and absurdity are kryptonite to authoritarians who project the stern father archetype to their followers.
Yeah.
And I think there's something very powerful when you think about it in that way.
Yeah, it's interesting because I call him toddler in a tiara. He's a toddler in tiara, and the protesters are just speaking to him and using the symbols that he understands, because I don't really think he reads a whole lot. So there's that. But it does undermine, it undermines something. We know that his administration and Trump himself, they don't have a sense of humor. So the whole idea is the poking fun. He can't even read the poking fun.
Yeah.
His AI team and social media team, however, they are using what they think is funny to put out stuff like this right after the protests. Take a look. So they created this and posted this on Trump's own, this was on Trump's own social media account.
Oh my Lord!
And guess what? Watch. Yeah. This is from the president's official social media accounts.
Can you believe that?
Shocking.
The message that sends is so profound that you think it's funny, an image of yourself as a king pooing all over American citizens. American citizens.
Listen, and this is coming from a group of people who politically gave Barack Obama a hard time for wearing a tan suit. Remember that? Remember that when that was considered very unpresidential? I think it's very interesting. I don't necessarily agree with this tactic, because I think when we look back in history, they'll look at this time as a very dark time. And when I look at American history, and I think of another time that was really dark, it was during the Civil Rights Movement. And I just can't imagine that when Martin Luther King was fighting for to end segregation in schools and for voters' rights and for people just to be treated like human beings, the idea of him being at a podium and just kind of adding a little humor or telling people to show up at a march that sometimes people died at those marches, be like, yeah, dress up and let's have fun.
Yeah.
To me, when I look back at that was a dark time. And if they'd done that, it would have ruffled a lot of feathers and it wouldn't have been impactful. So I understand what they're trying to do, but to me, what's happening in the United States, and I don't need to give you the long list, we are seeing it every single day since he was inaugurated. Day after day, it's just an onslaught of things. It's a very serious time. So I feel like the Democrats, which I think a lot of Democrats right now are looking to, the Democratic voters are like, do something, say something. Where is the leadership? Please do not dress up in this stuff. We need to get ourselves out of this before we end up in this dictatorship, because this man does not want to leave office. There's some serious things going on. So for me, the costumes it doesn't wash with me. If I was an American citizen and I'm seeing, like, there are Latino families right now in Chicago who are asking their Caucasian friends to walk their children to school because they're afraid of being grabbed up by ICE. These are very dark times.
There were a lot of Mexican and Latino protesters dressing up and using humor in the same way. Because I think that part of it is, and I'm not saying it's the only answer, but part of it is also trying to get new voters. Like, half the country.
Do you think dressing up is going to get someone to vote and change their position?
Because the Democratic Party is seen in a particular way. They are seen as not having
They're not standing up to
They're not standing up.
So why is dressing up in a fun costume, how's that going to change people's minds?
I think maybe what the attempt is to say that, like, hey, we're not as scary as some people has made us out to be. We're not this, very serious, people that we're actually, we're on the same side as you. We're meeting where we can, because what we all can agree on, for people who are not happy with their vote for Trump, is that we want him out. So they're trying to be like a safe place to meet. I think that's interesting.
I don't think Democrats are scary at all. I think Republicans are scary.
It's an interesting thing, because I don't think everybody was dressing up.
No.
I think there were some people who clearly are very scared. I do wonder if there's a little bit of privilege at play. When you take a look at the protesters, they are a cross-section of America. I think if you are feeling, quote-unquote, safer, to your point, who's a little safer right now, even though Americans are getting snatched up off the streets? It's Latino and brown Americans who are getting snatched up off the street. I think if you are still feeling safer and you are in a position of privilege, dare I say, and you're trying to speak up for those who cannot put on a costume, who don't think this is funny, but they also know that this is the way to get at this president. We are not, when you invite a clown into the White House, you know what happens? Everything turns into a circus.
Amen.
And what has happened is, I think these costumes are, it's the same way that, why do people dress up at Carnival or, during Lent? Those costumes are meant to poke fun at power. You actually have a very deeply political meaning
and it's
under
certainly
it,
not
right?
exclusive to America.
It's not. It's not.
I'm listening to you guys. This is such an interesting conversation. On one hand, to be honest, it feels like there's nowhere left to go except with satire. Like, from where we're sitting as Canadians, it's like we're watching the most insane political satire that we've ever seen. So the idea to protest in earnest almost seems absurd because it is absurd. Do you know what I mean? Because
they tried and it didn't work.
Exactly.
They tried the resistance.
But on the
it
same
didn't work.
hand, like, the big complaint is that Democrats have not stood up effectively to authoritarianism. So enter this thing called tactical frivolity. And then that leads me back to what you were saying. Is that the answer?
Is that the answer?
Do you know what I mean? That seems nuts to me too. But at the very least, people showed up. People showed up in the thousands.
Millions.
7 million.
And so I think
7 million.
in the millions, I take that back.
Yeah.
So doesn't the fact that they show up speak louder than whatever costume that might have gone over most of our heads?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the numbers speak.
You know, it would have been really
end.
great if they stood up in front of a hospital that was about to close, that was going to affect an entire community. That's also very effective.
That's also probably
without the
more
costume.
effective.
So
Yeah. Fair.
It's a hot mess down there.
Yeah, it is.
Big pile of poop going on down there. You know what, though? At least here, hopefully we can still enjoy fun things like fashion. And after the break, we've got our fall coat trends. It's one of our favorite segments of the whole year with Erica Work. We'll be back right after.
Welcome back. There comes a point in the fall when simply throwing on a sweater as you head out the door doesn't quite cut it.
Yeah, whether you're looking for a timeless staple or just craving a little wardrobe refresh, our next guest is here to break down the season's must-have coat trends. Please welcome the very sexy and very pregnant Erica Ward. Sexiest pregnant woman I've ever seen.
You look nothing
kind. Way too kind.
Hey, listen. listen, can we kick things off with the utility trend, which you say is the biggest trend of the season?
It very much is, and I think it's because it's fashion, function, and practicality. And Jess, I need you to model this one first because it is absolutely superb, and I think it's got your name all over it. So it's all about a bit more of a relaxed silhouette.
Oh, I love this.
It's usually got a really nice structured collar. The pocket details are usually a bit oversized, which plays into that utility trend. This one's a little bit more cropped, but what I also love about this one is the fact that it's done in this sort of muted plaid, which is great for the season with lots of neutrals, so you can easily wear this every day.
I think I would.
And honestly, as the temperatures dip, she could also rock this as a blazer to work. So that's the other thing, right? You can wear this well into the winter season.
This with a pair of jeans and loafers would look
and this
so
one's from
cute.
Canadian brand RW&Co. And I also love that they added the beautiful high shine brass buttons. I think that also really helps elevate it and make it feel more fashion forward.
Can I keep wearing this?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
You absolutely can. Okay, so some other utility jackets that I absolutely love right now are the quilted style.
Yeah.
We've got lots of quilted styles. This one in plaid is so beautiful. It's from Winners for $69.99. I also love that it's got that pop of orange, which is a great colorway for the fall season. And then we've got this gorgeous option in this mocha brown, high shine, also only $70 from Joe Fresh. This is also done with 100% nylon, so it's also gonna be water repellent and wind resistant, which is so important.
Yeah.
And I also love how it's a little bit oversized with no collar, keeps it, again, more fashion forward.
Love that.
We're also seeing vests done in the utility style. I actually own this in black, I love it. It's from a Newfoundland brand called Nominee, and it comes in lots of different colorways. I love the length. I'm 5'10", and I love a long coat, particularly when I'm commuting. And this one's a really great layering piece as well because you can wear it now as is, and then as the temperatures dip, you can wear it under your other coats to keep you warmer, which is brilliant.
Good idea.
Last but not least, utility is also happening in denim. This one's only $60 from H&M, done in that beautiful indigo wash, which you guys know I keep talking about. I love it so much because, again, it's casual but feeling elevated at the same time.
Yeah, it's true.
Great choices, Erica.
So, we love this. You're tall, you like long. I'm short, I like crop. So this year's elevated sport trend is something that sounds like it might have my name all over it.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
And
Which
what's
one are you
great
pulling?
about the bomber jackets is they come in all lengths, including crop for you, Melissa Grello.
Yeah.
This
color.
from Rudsack, done in this gorgeous cognac brown, is exquisite. Look at that. Made for Melissa Grello. Done in a beautiful supple leather. I love the funnel collar. I also love how it also plays into the utility trend. You'll also notice it's got those oversized pockets. You're gonna see a lot of hybrids where trends sort of overlap over each other. I also love how they did the buttons even in the matching leather for a matte look. Keeps it really fresh.
Retro.
And
Yes.
yes.
That's such
you
a
look
good
amazing.
color.
Thank
You can keep it on too.
I'll take this
Yeah, you
over
can.
here.
Thank you.
I'll take this
We're
over
seeing
here.
lots of other crop styles in the bomber jacket as well, like this one that's a little bit more structured from RW&Co with that lovely collar in this distressed faux leather. And then we're also seeing it in wool, believe it or not.
Oh, I love that.
Check out this one from Canada Goose. It even has this beautiful cocoon silhouette, including on the sleeve, which I think is really fresh and modern. The funnel neckline we're seeing a ton of right now. Plus, it has a hood. So for functionality's sake, you really can't go wrong.
Smart fashion and function.
Last but not least, the oversized bomber is still having a moment, so if you don't like crop like Mel, you can also get this style in a longer silhouette, and this one's from Canadian brand Ahiri.
Love
so
it.
good.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right, so Erica, you see another trend is print and texture. So what did you bring for me, my dear?
So many good ones, because this really, you could go on and on and on, but I wanted to show you this one from Canadian brand Smythe.
I'm so excited to
who
get my arms in.
does coats oh so well.
Who's this by?
This Smythe.
Oh, yeah.
Done in that beautiful pop of pink for the fall season.
Oh,
it's
Andrea.
oversized. It's got an oversized lapel.
love it.
The color combination, the oversized houndstooth. Yes, yes, yes to it all.
That is nice.
But we're not done there. I'm going to make you actually try one more thing on because
Say
we're
less.
talking. We're talking print and texture, so I also wanted to show you a texture option that I think, again, it actually matches your outfit
already love it.
perfectly.
Oh my gosh.
This is from Michael Kors, done in a faux fur, sort of like a shearling. It's so chic. Oh, I mean, queen literally made for what she's wearing today. It kicks up a notch every outfit. It looks so good.
Thank you, and you're not getting this back.
I figured. I saw that coming. Okay, so we're also in the best category. We're also seeing a mix of both texture and print in one. This one's from Winners for only $49.99. It also comes with a removable belt, which I thought was so cool. Lots and lots of fun. And then texture, we're also seeing texture in the removable fashion on wool coats, which I think is brilliant. Sort of a 70s throwback. Love the chocolate brown. This is from Melanie Lynn. This is removable as well as this, but again, really makes this feel super luxe, super glamorous.
Yeah. I love that.
It's so cozy, exactly.
Okay, Erica, we can't talk about fall coats without getting into the classics, but I know that there are always fresh updates. So what's happening this season, and can I come over and try something on?
Yes. Okay, well, you know I had to start with color. Because if we're gonna do something classic, you might as well go bold, right?
It's Little Red Riding Hood.
This is so beautiful. It's from St. Mark's Scott. It's made of 100%
oh my gosh, that color.
Felted wool, which is so beautiful. I love that it's a maxi coat length. It also has a hood, which is brilliant. And this is a female-owned brand made right here in Toronto, which we absolutely love, and it's sustainable. So it really checks up all the boxes. And because it's classic, you will literally have it forever and ever. And Sin, take it away, girl. You're wandering over here now. In the other color categories, we did do a whole segment a few weeks back on the color purple. Purple is a huge color this fall season. This is from Centeler, another incredible Canadian brand. Again, more in an oversized menswear-inspired silhouette, which I absolutely love, which is fresh for the season. This color is so beautiful and really will withstand the test of time. We're also seeing some classics with a twist, and I actually have to put this on so you understand what I'm talking about. So we've got this really great black wool coat, but guys, check out the shoulder.
Oh my God!
Isn't that so cool?
I love that.
This is from Canadian brand Ahiri, and again, it's really nice to see a twist on really unexpected things. Last but not least, we're seeing some really great classic styles in the shorter coat variety. This is from Helene Clarkson, another really great Canadian brand made right here in Toronto. And you guys know I love a reversible moment. It also reverses to classic black, which is absolutely brilliant. Last but not least, capes are back.
Oh my gosh, I want that cape.
And I'm so happy about it. This is from Michael Kors done in a beautiful camel. You can't go wrong. You pop this on, you instantly look chic. So glamorous.
Erica, we always love Coach Jocelyn when he's fine. So great, killed it. Of course, you want to know where we got these from, so do not forget to go to our YouTube channel after the show for another look. And up next, a look at the new season of the popular CTV comedy channel series, Acting Good. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Where are we going? My dad said to totally stay away from fast boys like you.
We're just going to a little place called Makeout Point.
I totally heard of that place.
Mama, no, don't go to that place. Your dad was right.
Buddy, get out of the road.
Welcome back, everyone. That was a clip from the new season of the CTV Comedy Channel original series, Acting Good, loosely based on the life of our next guest.
We'd love to welcome back to the social series creator and executive producer, Paul Rabliauskas. Welcome.
Hey! Hey, first of all, nice shirt, sir.
Hey.
We love it.
Mariners lose.
Yeah.
The Mariners lose. We watch baseball in the Reds too. You know?
I love that. All right.
We're a little bit behind, so Tula Whiskey still plays for our We're behind on the highlights, though.
Listen, congratulations on season 4 of your show.
4 seasons.
That's fantastic.
I was with you guys, season 1, season 2.
Yes.
Up front, y'all cheering for me, so we've grown up together.
Fantastic. And listen, for the last 3 seasons, Acting Good was the most watched series for 3 seasons in a row on CTV Comedy.
True. That's crazy.
That's fantastic. So what do you think it is that people like just connect with the show?
It's gotta, I mean, it's gotta be the comedy, right? I mean, comedy is such an important tool to teach people because you're watching the show and you're laughing, but you're like, oh, natives are like this or like this. So I always say comedy is such a good tool to teach people.
Yeah.
Because you don't even think you're learning. You're enjoying yourself and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a cool part of it.
Great way of putting it.
So off the top, we mentioned how your character is loosely based on yourself.
A lotly based on me, unfortunately.
So have you and your character changed over the years? And also in what way? Like, who's the version that we're showing up with in this season?
It changes. It sometimes, like, originally, obviously, the guy you see on TV was a lot of me, but now I'm starting to become a lot like that guy a little bit more. And I don't have a kid yet, but in the show, I have a kid this year, and now I kind of want a kid. I think. Don't tell my girlfriend that. Don't tell my girlfriend that. But I think I got baby fever from watching. So I do. I pick up a little bit from that character as well. But if you watch the character, he's a man-child himself. So I'm a little embarrassed sometimes how revealing I am, like how much I rely on my mom still for everything. And that's in the show too. How much I make fun of my cousins. My cousins come to me, he's like, you're making fun of me. We literally use your name. Yeah, we're making fun of you. Yeah. We named you Dean, man. Like, it's the same name. Is that about me? Yes.
Okay, so listen, you mentioned this, that in the show, not in real life, but on the show, your character becomes a dad for the first time. So who's harder to act with, baby PJ on the show or Brett Butt?
Brett Butt. Now, you see, Brett Butt is a hero of mine, right? So I was trying to impress him. And this baby, I want him to, like, treat me like a dad. So I was trying to impress him, too. Neither of them were impressed with me by the end of the day. The baby was sick of me. Brett was sick of my jokes. But it was a dream come true, because I was a big sitcom fan. Canadian TV, like, shaped who I am, and Brett Butt was a big part of that. And if you watch our show, there's a lot of the corner gas sort of influence. So for Brett to come in, it was a seamless transition. And there was a moment I was watching him do a thing. He plays a Lou Diamond Phillips impersonator. That's my world. That's like, natives love Lou Diamond. I can't tell you how much we love that man. And I had out-of-body experience. I was just like, I can't believe this silly show about my reserve. And I get to watch my hero do a silly scene with us. So it was really cool. It was really cool.
That's absolutely beautiful.
I think that's just my diabetes. I don't know if that's goosebumps.
Well, listen, the last time we spoke, I had some scenarios for you when it came to acting good.
Oh, yes, acting
or
good.
acting bad. And that was before your character became a parent. So we want to try this again with a dad edition to help all the other fathers out there. So let's start with this scenario. It's 5 p.m. and the kids want cotton candy ice cream for dinner.
Oh, no.
Mom's out for the night and there's a fresh pint in the freezer. You let them go to town. You give them the ice cream. Is this acting good or acting bad?
This is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This is every day. What are you talking about? Acting good and then acting bad when the mom comes home.
All right.
And then you blame the baby. Where'd you get the ice cream from? You blame the baby. You blame the baby.
All right, so go to our next one. Okay, so your kids want to play hide and seek, so they find their spots in the house. So you can't find them for over 20 minutes, just the amount of time it takes for you to perfectly enjoy your cup of coffee in silence.
Oh, man.
Is this acting good or is it acting bad?
Is my mom watching? I think my mom. It's acting bad. It's acting bad. I love my mom. She would be disappointed if I'm promoting bad parenting.
You're a good boy.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this one, okay? So the kids get a brand new bike that requires assembly. Who needs instructions, though? Not you. After 60 minutes of white-knuckling it through the assembly, it's good enough to ride. Is that acting good or acting bad?
I think it's good enough to ride to the pawn shop. No, just kidding. That is acting bad. Come on now.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, you guys got it, though. I think from season 1, you guys are starting to understand.
We are.
Good. I can see it.
I do have another one for you, though, if you're ready. It is 6 p.m. and your kid tells you that tomorrow there's a bake sale at school. Each student must bring a homemade treat. They make you promise that the one you're whipping up tonight is made with love from your home kitchen, but you run to the grocery store and buy cookies and replate them in some at-home Tupperware. Acting good or acting bad?
That's just common sense, man.
Thank you.
That's just common sense. All I know, all these questions mean I'm not ready for parenthood. I don't want to have it. Remember I said I wanted a kid? I don't want to. Those are the situations I have to make.
Whenever ready.
You just talked me out of it.
No.
But you know where you can't see me being dad? On the new season. I can't wait for you to see my character, because he's such a baby on the show. So you get to see this man baby try to trick people into thinking that he's an adult. But is he?
Oh my goodness. Well, Paul, you're no man, baby. You're a real man. You're
a man. Oh, thank you.
And we appreciate you joining us so much. What a delight you are. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Hey, catch the season premiere of Acting Good tonight at 10 p.m. That's right after the game.
Oh, what a night.
It's going to be perfect viewing, huh? So tonight at 10 p.m. on CTV Comedy and streaming tomorrow on Crave. And listen, we're going to be right back with author and Oscar-nominated director Julian Brave NoiseCat, who's here to tell us about his new book. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Our next guest is a journalist, writer, champion powwow dancer, and the first Indigenous filmmaker from North America to be nominated for an Academy Award.
Wow. That's big. He is here to talk about his debut book. It's called We Survived the Night. Please welcome to the social, Julian Brave NoiseCat.
Julian, such an honor to have you here. Now, your documentary, Sugarcane, your Oscar-nominated documentary, Sugarcane, investigates the St. Joseph's Mission Indian Residential School, and I understand that members of your family attended that school. And in the making of this documentary, you found out about your father's birth. Would you mind sharing that story with us?
So, on the night of August 16, 1959, the night watchman at St. Joseph's Mission, the Indian residential school that my family was sent to, pulled up to the campus to the sound of what he said sounded like the noise of a cat. And so he went investigating, and in the trash incinerator at the school, he found a newborn baby.
No.
And the baby was my father.
Wow. And you just found that out for the first time?
We learned that through the making of Sugarcane and through the writing of We Survived the Night. There's actually an article in the Williams Lake Tribune that we found in the archives, the only article of this event that exists to this day.
That's incredible.
Is this then where your last name comes from? Is that the origin of it?
Well, that's one of the crazy things I think about this story. The reason my last name is NoiseCat is not because my father was found in the trash incinerator, and it was not because his cries for life sounded like the noise of a cat. That was actually only because the missionaries wrote down our ancestral name, which is properly pronounced NoiseCat, the wrong way.
Wow.
So it's a name that kind of found its story and its meaning in my father's survival.
Wow. So there's this interconnectedness between Sugarcane, the film, and then also We Survived the Night, this autobiography. Can you talk a little bit about the significance of the title, We Survived the Night?
So We Survived the Night is derived from the way that we give the morning greeting in Secwepemc Muxin, my people's language. We say Chuchwinuk, which doesn't actually translate to good morning. It literally means you survived the night. And I just think that there's so much poetry in that, so much social commentary about what it is to be Native. And also the way that we use it, sometimes there's a little bit of dark humor as well.
So you write in what you call coyote story style. So what is that, and why was it important for you to employ that?
I wrote We Survived the Night at the same time as I was directing Sugarcane alongside Emily Cassie. And when you're making a movie that's about the school and the system that nearly wiped your people's way of life off the face of the earth, you inevitably end up thinking about which parts of our culture and tradition you as a storyteller have a responsibility to help bring back to life on the page. And for me, that was the coyote stories. As I was doing the research for We Survived the Night, I kept coming across this body of oral history called the coyote stories that really seemed to reflect my own relationship to my father and the broader Native world. And so I thought, what if I try to write this entire book in the form and style of a coyote story, which is a narrative tradition from my own people that was almost lost because of colonization.
Wow, so Julian, in the book that you write, like Coyote, my dad is a trickster and an example of how not to be. And despite that, throughout the documentary and the writing of this book, you still rebuild this relationship with your father. Talk to us about your decision to do that.
Well, actually, I did something probably pretty unusual to write We Survived the Night. I moved in with my dad, this guy who left our family when I was 6 years old. Suddenly, we were living across the hallway from one another, and we really became best friends, and I learned so much more about his life, and he learned so much more about mine, and that was essential to writing this book and to making the documentary.
Yeah, and understanding your father and who he is.
Incredible.
That's great.
It's beautiful. The story, of course, is not complete without your mother, who, despite being an Irish-Jewish New Yorker,
New Yorker,
felt it was really important for you to maintain a connection to your roots. How did she do that?
Well, you know, I think I've been trying to tell Native stories because I am a child of two worlds, and my father left when I was young, and so I was always trying to reconnect with him and the identity he left me with. And my mother was really essential to that. After my dad left, she brought me all the way home to the Cannon Lake Indian Reserve. I know, isn't she pretty?
Yeah.
She brought me home to the Cannon Lake Indian Reserve to remain connected to his family, took me to the Intertribal Friendship House, one of the oldest urban Indian community centers in the country. She even learned how to bead so that I could have my own powwow regalia to dance.
Oh my gosh.
Now, talking about straddling worlds, the other two worlds that you straddle as an Indigenous person is the United States and Canada. You live currently in the United States, you're from Canada, and you're possibly moving back. Talk about how those two worlds differ.
Well, there's a lot of similarities, and in this book, I tried to tell the story of Indigenous peoples across the border because I'm trying to decenter the nation state in those stories. You know, this is not a story about Canada and its relationship to Indigenous peoples or the US and its relationship to Indigenous peoples. It's the story of a people who have been here for thousands and thousands of years, who have in our own storytelling traditions the capacity to interpret life and story and our humanity and how things really have unfolded on this land in a way that I think is universal and connects to people regardless of your history and how long you've been here on North America.
Wow. Right. So quickly, Julian, what do you hope to achieve with this book?
Well, I just love writing books and making movies. I think that it's a huge honor. I hope that people in this book, listen, it gets into some hard subjects as maybe we've got into this morning, but it's also entertaining. You know, the reason, for example, why the Coyote stories have so much humor in them is that if you're trying to pass down your people's traditions, it can't be a lecture. You know, it's gotta be something that entertains. And so I hope that people, you know, get the sense that our lives as Indigenous peoples get at some important issues and also have some damn good stories.
Amen. Julian, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
This is the debut novel. It is called We Survived the Night. It is available now wherever you buy your books. But studio audience, you get to go home with your copy today. Very special. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back right after this. The Traders Canada fans in the house, yes? Well, host of the show, Karine Vanasse, is back tomorrow with all sorts of treachery, all the stuff to expect in the new season ahead. Also, Jillian Harris will be here tomorrow with her brand new family-focused picture book. She's gotten into kids' books, you guys.
Jeez, what can
she is the queen of all media. It seems
Jillian.
like it's true, you know? What an amazing show. A big thank you to all of our guests. Thank you for being here as well. And we'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.